Today, I'm going to talk about why you should adopt and not shop when you're looking for a pet. Here are some dogs and breeders that are just trapped in cages and they never get out. They're just stuck there all day and they're just treated poorly. When choosing a dog from shelters is much a better option than breeders. Breeders raise dogs for the purpose of making money. Breeders often run puppy mills, breeding as many dogs as possible, often without the room or resources to take care or train a dog. Dogs from breeders are more likely to develop health issues due to so many dogs around them. Shelter's purpose is to help provide shelter, food, families for the dogs. Shelters often rehabilitate and care for the dogs. They train, feed, and give exercise, provide shelter and love for the dogs they house. It is overall much a better option to adopt from a shelter opposed to a breeder because of the care and treatment the shelters provide opposed to breeders. 1.2 million dogs are put down a year because the dogs are overpopulated because everyone wants to go to the breeder instead of buying from a shelter. Around 3.7 dogs are taken to the shelter each year, but only 1.6 million are adopted. Only 20% of Americans adopt from shelters now. Here are some more pictures of dogs that are trapped from breeders. They're left outside all day in the cold. There's more than one dog in a cage, so they're all bunched together and they can develop diseases and also get injured from dogs stepping on them. By adopting from a shelter, you are saving a dog's life and supporting shelters. Shelters only have so much kennel space to house dogs. Often they are so overpopulated with shelter dogs that they must euthanize older dogs to make room for others. By adopting from a shelter, you are not only potentially saving a dog's life, you are also providing the dog with a better home and family to love. Adopting from a shelter allows open up more space for other dogs to be taken care of. You're also providing the shelter with financial support to help other dogs. For example, we got a new dog recently, and it was a breeder dog. But after 6 years, after I had 4 litters, they just gave the dog away and wanted nothing to do with it. That's pretty sad for having a dog for 6 years and just want to give it away for free. Shelter adoption is a lower cost for a better dog. Buying from a breeder can cost thousands of dollars depending on the breed. Shelter adoption normally costs only $50 to $250, mostly paying for just shots and fees of taking care of the dog for over the years. Shelters contain all different types of dogs for a low cost, opposed to a breeder specific for high prices. Shelter dogs are often pets that come from families who are forced to give them up for adoption, either getting a divorce, moving a long way, and they just want to take the dog. These dogs are often already trained and obedient. Why would you want to buy a puppy that's not trained to be in a house and has repotty trained all of it, just when you buy a shelter dog and is already trained to be in a household? Most also have a background check families, kids meeting for a smoother transition into a new home. Shelter dogs are often very loving animals who are very thankful for their new families. Adoption benefits outweigh those of buying a breeder. Shelters treat their dogs much better than breeders, making it a more reliable option. By choosing shelter adoption, you can save a dog's life while also supporting other dogs and the shelters. Shelter dogs cost less and are well trained and often have experience around families. They just need a new home. Shelter dogs are also treated more with around family and people. When a breeder dog, you can bring into a home and it could attack little kids and stuff because it's never been around a human before. It's always been in a cage with other dogs. So today I talked about what's the better option of buying a shelter dog or a breeder dog. And just remember, when you go shopping for a dog, always check the shelters first instead of going straight for a breeder and buying a brand new puppy.